And welcome to episode number 23 of the Modern Gaming Weekly podcast. I am your host, the Able Geek, and I am joined with the Brown Baymax and Chips Gaming 98. How you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic, man.
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired?
Yeah,
I'm a little tired. It's Sunday night. I'm not ready for work tomorrow.
I think I'm gonna
I'm
call
in a
off
good
work.
mood, though. I know me and Chips are in a good mood, though, because we have a secret that Brown Baymax does not know.
I hate you guys so much right now. Just tell me what it is.
I
We
can't,
can't
man.
because we're going to be recording a pickups video very soon, and then you'll find out. So we
Yes.
have a lot of. I know I have a lot of pickups. I got
I got a
probably like
shit
30
ton of
games
pickups.
since the last one, so they'll be going on YouTube pretty soon.
I mean, you saw my
Chips,
Instagram.
other than the chunky game or chunky item you got, um, did you also get a lot of games in the last like month or so?
No, I've been slowing down on buying games. I've been doing a lot of game backups, so I've been just like ripping
Mm,
my games that I have to my own library and whatnot. Been trying to hopefully knock down at least some of that collection and playtime and whatnot on them.
nice, nice. Yeah, I've been getting a few here and there, just more common titles and stuff. Kind of like uncommon, but not like super rare or anything. Like exclusive Xbox, OG Xbox exclusives, all that kind of stuff. So you know how that goes. But we're gonna go into some interesting stuff here. We got another urban legend, aka a creepy pasta, that we're gonna be talking about towards the end of the show. We're gonna go over the new Mario trailer. I'm assuming you guys watched the new Mario trailer, right? Before we.
Oh, I watched
Oh
it the
yeah.
day it came out.
Okay, that'd be odd. Like, oh, there's a new one. What?
Aw.
And then we're gonna start off by going into some games though that we would like to see remade, that we need remade. We need these companies to remake these games. We're gonna have three apiece, and we'll kind of go in in order. I was gonna say in a circle J, but I'm
You
gonna
mean
keep it
the
a little PG.
triangle?
Tri- yeah, it's the triangle of love. Um,
No. Only at conventions.
yeah, but we're gonna go into some games we want to see remade, and hopefully, maybe they'll get remade at some point. Before we start, though, anything new with you guys since the last time we recorded?
Other than me getting just fillers to like, um, just with pickups only. Just getting stuff that I'm missing out of like boxes, like manuals and shit. But other than that, no. Oh, apparently having parental controls on 3DS causes you not to have 3D. Did not know that
So,
until I factory resetted it.
so parental controls disables 3D.
For some reason, it did. For because I talked about it a while back that I got the Link Between Worlds console, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna factory reset it after Brendan, repaired it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into settings, and there was parental control. So there's a master key to remove that parental control.
Hmm.
And from there, I saw the 3D kick on, and I was like, am I seeing things? I'm like, I started messing with the slider and started kicking on and off after, keep moving up and down. But yeah, parental controls disables 3D for some reason.
That's interesting and weird at the same time.
Yeah.
How about you, Chips?
Yeah, it was
Anything new
good.
going on?
Um, other than I ha- every once in a while I have my girlfriend pick out games for me to play because I got done with God of War Ragnarok and that was a really enjoyable game, but it is very long. Um,
Mm.
but I wanted to get back into playing some games that I've already had, so I haven't really picked up too much as far as in games. Uh, there was the time that Mikey decided to point out an object of interest and say, "Hey, look at that." It was the manual for Castlevania Dracula X for the Super Nintendo. It was $350 out of my pocket for that one. And then of course what you and I discussed, Abel, earlier. What I picked
Yeah,
those up. So
the top
once those
secret
go
item.
in,
I'm
uh,
not a bad friend, just saying.
he's terrible friend. He's an absolute terrible friend. No, but my girlfriend will pick out games for me to play. So I got a stack here to go through across different systems and stuff. So I'm hoping to get through
Nice.
these,
Yeah.
at least some of these.
Yeah. I've I've gotten a lot of PS2 and 360 games I want to play. Some really good ones. I picked out specifically because I want to play and I haven't had a chance to play them. I have been playing Sonic Frontiers, which I would like to do a review on at some point, but it's been pretty cool. Not too bad. Little, some of the limitations of the Switch, you could kind of see it in there as far as like frame rate and
Yeah,
stuff like
Jeannie's
that,
playing.
but
Jeannie's playing Bayonetta right now, and she's noticing a
mhm,
couple frame hitches here and there.
we need that Switch Pro.
Yes.
Where is it at, Nintendo? Switch Pro.
We're never gonna get it.
Not
I,
with that
who
attitude.
knows, man? Yeah. Well, now we're not.
No, they have potential to come out with a Switch, an upgraded version Switch. Well, they're gonna
Mm,
call it the Switch something, but
the Switch U,
Right.
oh my lord, double the screen.
right? You're gonna have a screen on your nunchucks, and then you're gonna have the screen on the TV. And I don't know, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of the remakes we'd like to see. I'll go ahead and start because I want to get this one out because I think Baymax might have it on his list. So and then we'll go Baymax chips, and we'll just kind of go in a circle till we hit the three. So mine it's kind of like a two in one. Kind of cheat a little bit because it's two games that I really like that I want to see remakes for, but I'm gonna kind of compact them together because they're kind of in the same story, same genre, same era of gaming, which is Mega Man Legends and the Misadventures of Tron Bon. I don't know if and we
Ever
mentioned
on my
Misadventures of
list?
Tron Bon all the time. It wasn't on your list.
No, it was not.
Okay, so Mega Man Legends is one of those games I grew up with. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. Misadventures of Tron Bon I never owned, but I did play the ROM of it on an emulator, years back. And it's not the best game in the world, but it's interesting because it's kind of in that same realm. I didn't think it was as good as like Legends 1 and 2, but
How
it's there.
dare you?
And it is rare, so I think if they can kind of remake these games and come out with something new, it'd be pretty cool. I think they can do a much better job with Tron Bon now if they wanted to. But what do you guys think? Did you play the original Legends and Tron Bon?
I've never actually played either one of them, but I did play the weird port that was on the N64. So
That is
the
Legends.
N64. Yeah, I know that's Legend, but it's not necessarily called Legends. But I did play a little bit of it. I didn't actually get too far, but from what I played in it, I definitely want to go back at it and play it again. It was really enjoyable. I think seeing that ported into some of the newer consoles and how they've been doing remakes and stuff it would definitely put a twist on it. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty dope. And I mean, they don't really have to bump up the graphics like next level. Like it doesn't have to look like the Resident Evil 2 remake or anything. Just give me some smoother edges. Give me some updated graphics that we have
But I
today,
like the
and I'll
blockiness.
be happy. There is something I don't know. It's kind of like nostalgic and I guess I don't know whimsical about seeing the old like 32-bit graphics. I think it's probably just a lot of nostalgia for being a teenager around that age and playing a lot of those games and having a lot of fun with them. But
Or
I don't know.
or they could do what they did with Halo. Add lets you switch between the original what's it called? Uh well screen like
Graphics.
the graphics. You could go to the original to new age.
That'd be dope. Or they could do like a Mega Man Legends warped, where you go back and forth between them. parallel universes are colliding. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting though, but that's my pick. Kind of cheating, smashing two games into one. But I mean, Misadventures of Tron Bon's kind of a spin-off anyway of Legends. So
Yes, it's actually
what would
between
be?
Legends 1 and 2.
Yeah, yeah, because I had the demo right for Legends 2
Hmm.
in Tron Bon, so that would be my first one. What would be your first, Baymax?
My first would be Mystical Ninja. That's that has to make a comeback. Yeah, it was very like quirky and like very odd when you first play it, like Mystical Ninja and for the N64. Starting Goemon. From there, like you start off, I think it's they're in a bathhouse, I think, and they just run out. You just start off with that. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
But it was one of those games that uh it was like very like vibrant and like I would love a remake or remastered, well remake or remaster, yeah, one of those two, to be to be brought back out so people could actually enjoy. I mean, it had a great storyline. I couldn't, get past, couldn't figure out how to put the battery into the puppet, but I was stuck.
yeah. Mystical Ninja Goemon's really a really good game, and I think it'd be one of those cool ones where they could release like on Switch, and it could be like Mystical Ninja Goemon remastered or whatever. Kind of how they did with wow, what was that other game they did with
Rocky and Pocky.
Rocky and Pocky? There you go. BMX already knew what I was going with, but yeah, that one was really cool. It was what reshrined or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they could do something like that with Mystical Ninja if they're just going to do maybe like a remaster or just remake the game entirely. I think it'd look really good with today's hardware. You ever jump on that one, Chips?
No, that was actually another game that I haven't played. I did buy it for Jeannie because she has it on her. She had it on her wish list. Now owns it. Um, Now, from what I've seen of it, it's from what I remember, it's kind of like a platformer, brawler type.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Looks interesting. Definitely would give it a try and stuff, but hasn't been on my to do list as of yet.
put it on your
Yeah,
to-do list.
definitely. Is that
Do it.
game on the Nintendo Online
No,
subscription? Do they have?
not yet. I am dying for them to put that on there. The moment they put it on there, I'm dead to the world. I'm sorry. I need to finish that game. I'm dead to the world.
Yeah, somebody was selling that one yesterday for I think they were selling it for like $5, but it was the Japanese version. But I almost jumped on it for I was like, you know what, a $5
I have the
Japanese version of Goemon.
I
Yeah.
have the Japanese version with a rare pen.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. And Chips, what would be your first one?
First one I got written down here is Final Fantasy VIII. I'd love to get that,
Oh
that
yeah,
Final Fantasy VII treatment that they did
yeah.
in this universe because it's technically the first Final Fantasy game I ever played, and I only played it like a couple years ago. So I definitely enjoy the story of it. It's one of Jeannie's favorite games. Um,
yeah, the Walking Guy book.
yeah, I think I got through half of the first disc, and I was like, dude, this game is like kicking my ass. And she's like, well, have you been using your magic and stuff? I'm like, you could do magic in this game. It's so, like, once I figured that out, I was breezing through it. But no, I had a blast. I enjoyed the story. I played the HD like remaster or whatever on the Switch, but I'd love a total remake for what they did on Final Fantasy VII though. I think it'd be really cool.
I would cry.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely Final Fantasy VIII. It's one of my favorite ones. So it's not the first one I played. I played one, two, and three, and then I think I played eight after that. Totally skipped seven. And I'm biased because even today, even like in today, I still have only played a little bit of seven, the original. Haven't played the remake. Haven't gone far in the original. So to me, eight is still like one of my favorites of all time. But yeah, it'd be awesome to get updated version. You know, PS4, PS5, or Xbox if you want to go that route. Final Fantasy VIII, hell yeah. Big fan of Squall. I think he's one of the best protagonist in the series.
I'm actually recreating because I've been 3D printing a lot as of late. I'm working on the gun blade right now, so I got the barrel and a whole bunch of other things I gotta go through and sand down and put together. So I'm really
Nice.
really
Time to
excited.
pick
So
up
hopefully I'll
more
show that off.
Affinity.
All right, I'll jump into my second one here. It's a game that I've talked about a lot on the podcast. I can't ever shut up about it because it's probably my, I would say my what like a top three game for me all time is Thousand Arms, which is it's RPG PS1, same kind of era there with Mega Man Legends, and it is just it's a funny RPG. There's a lot of really cool powers in it. If you haven't played it, it's like a dating sim slash RPG. But the really cool thing about it is like when you date these girls, they actually power up your weapons with different powers. So you get different like spells on your swords and stuff like that that you can use. And the animation, even though it's if you look back at it now, you can probably say, well, it didn't age the best because it's there's a lot of pixelation and stuff in there, but it is still a very fun game in my opinion. And for the time, I think graphically it was one of the better looking games at the time. So, New Thousand Arms, pull that off like on PS5 or something, PS4. I would love it.
We would lose Abel forever.
You would. Uh,
And
it's very like anime esque as far as the way it looks. So it's really fun, and yeah, that'd be mine. My second.
I recently bought this one for Jeannie. I haven't actually gone
Thousand
through.
Arms.
Yeah, I got it for her.
Mm.
I think for her birthday this year.
Mm. Yeah, it's when it's getting harder to find, and the price has been going up on it. I remember I wanted to buy it about 5 6 years ago, and it was running about maybe 75 $80 on eBay. And now it's like you'd be lucky if you could find it for maybe like 130 140. It's definitely getting up there.
Abel's gonna give me his
But
copy. Don't worry.
no. My brother actually found some game store was selling just the discs, but I think they wanted like $20 for them. So he found those, and so now he's just been searching for the case. But it's like good luck finding. I think he bought a custom case for it, but yeah, it's gonna be hard to find just a case that someone's selling at a decent price.
Right.
But so but you never played that one, Chips?
No, I haven't. There's definitely a lot of games that I haven't played. That's why I'm trying to go through and play some of these. And like with Jeannie picking them out, most of her collection is definitely JRPGs. So I'm I'm slowly trying to
Yeah,
not get into that because that's holy crap. This is my life gonna be
Yeah,
totally taken from that.
yeah. And a lot of them get long too. That's the thing is, I mean, you go into those games thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna, like a lot of standard RPGs run, 20, 30, 40 hours. Some of those get into like the 80, 90 hour range. It's kind of ridiculous, but yep. What would be your second one, Baymax?
my second one would be Xenogears for the PS1. Um, I don't know. I fell in love. That was like the first Xeno game I've played because I mean, there's Xenosaga and there's uh, Xenoblade, and they technically coincide with each other, but not really. But I mean, Xenogears has been one of those games that I watched, and my brother play, and I played it myself afterwards. Um, it's just I love those mechs and just love the battle system. I mean, it's an RPG, so it was well worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Xenogears is definitely a good one. I played it briefly. I think I never owned it, but I did rent it, and so I put a couple hours into it, but didn't get that far. It's one of those ones I definitely want to jump back into and get. Um, but yeah, it's another one where it's getting kind of pricey now, so
Yeah,
gonna have to find a good deal on that one. Was that one that you've tried out, Chips, or I know that one's another kind of older RPG.
Yeah, no, that's probably another one that I haven't actually picked up. I'm pretty sure Jeannie has it as well. Um, so, but as far as playing it, no, I haven't played it.
Yeah, I think something like Xenogears would benefit a lot from a remake with just like how much they have to put, especially like back then to make the mechs look decent. I think it'd be a lot easier and look a lot better with today's graphics. So,
hands down.
but yeah, that'd be good. Chips, what's your second one?
I guess sticking with the era of PlayStation, uh, I would do Ape Escape. I absolutely enjoyed that game as a kid and whatnot, and I played it so long, my hands got stuck. Like I'd relax my hands and stuff, and it would slowly just stick into the PlayStation controller. Um, it was definitely a weird concept going from playing like Halo or something like that to an older game like this, where you had to use your analog sticks not just to move around but also to attack and well,
Hmm.
I guess to capture the apes or whatever that escaped in there, which was very very unique, I think at the time, um, and I think because of that uniqueness and gameplay mechanics, it had a really good impact on me of as far as what to look forward to in different types of games and stuff and what they could offer.
Yeah, for sure. Ape Escape is another good one too. I think a remake of that one would be kind of wild because they could probably do so much with it now,
Stupid
as far as the
monkeys.
way it would look, and yeah, and your abilities and stuff like that to catch them. They could probably just open the book on that one. But yeah, that's another one too where I played it for a couple hours. I think I rented it when I was younger, never owned it, and I think it's another one that's kind of getting up there in price,
It is a
if
I
I
little
think
bit,
remember
so.
yeah.
correctly. But yeah, you played that one, Baymax?
Yes, I have. It was a little frustrating back then, but
Yeah,
stupid
I
monkeys.
remember Sparky saying I think that was one of his favorite games of all time was Ape Escape,
It's a fun game,
if
man.
I
It's
remember
it's
correctly.
really fun. I'd love to see it how they would do it in with the newer graphics and stuff and how they would implement. Maybe like Nintendo would come up with something gimmicky or whatever on their version, uh, using
Yeah,
like the motion controllers or something like that. But
yeah,
I think it'd be pretty
swinging
neat.
that net around. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. And there's a lot of good titles, man, and you don't see a lot of these getting remade, which is unfortunate. Maybe in the near future, um, we might get some, but you would have thought for some of the games that are coming out and some of the remakes that have come out, you think you would have saw some of these other titles at the top of the list, but I don't know, maybe licensing and I don't know, they're kind of stuck in their ways. What are we on? Are we on the third one now?
Yes.
Okay, so for my third one, still staying with PlayStation. Just going back to my childhood and seeing, what I want to see remade, and it would be Lunar series, either the first one or one and two. What's that look, Baymax?
I don't know. Was that lunar that you have in the background somewhere? Those
Oh,
that
it's that way.
the figure that you bought.
Yeah, I got the Lunar little boxing figure, and then Lunar one and two complete. So those are just awesome too. Those were like just straight RPGs. There wasn't really too, nothing gimmicky about them. Um, get kind of had that anime style to them though, and they were a lot of fun. Had a really good story. I think the sidekick you have in that Null is like one of the best gaming sidekicks you can ever have. It's like a little cat dragon that just like hangs around you. So,
Hey, he got
but yeah,
caught.
Lunar not only as a remake of a game, but I think even maybe as like an anime series or something or a movie, I think would be awesome to see it. But a lot of those older RPGs have very very good stories. So that would be my third and final one. All kind of like I said, they're all PlayStation. Probably kind of predictable, but that would be my
I had
third and final.
I had one Nintendo, one PlayStation, and my last one is a PlayStation.
Give us an Atari, Baymax. Give. Re-
Pole position. I'm a
Or
car.
Joust. Yeah, right.
All right, what's your final one?
Huh. So I had so there's two. I had to choose one right now because I was stuck between two of them. I'm gonna say this one: Brave Fencer Musashi. Square.
That was,
It's made by Square, if I remember right.
I
Right.
believe so.
Yes. we have not seen a we haven't seen a Musashi game in a long time. And B, Brave Fencer Musashi for the PS1 would be amazing as a freaking remake or remastered for this generation console. It was so freaking funny. You could sit there because when they summon you, you can sit there until the person says, nah, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You could sit there saying no to her while the kingdom's getting wrecked.
Brave Fencer was one that I was tossing up with Lunar. I was like Lunar, Brave Fencer, and Alundra were kind of like in that mix. But yeah,
Well,
that's a very good game.
you want to hear which one was going to be at the top up with? It was going to be Gex.
Oh, okay.
That was the
I can
toss
see a
up.
Gex coming out.
Well, and I got a story about that one after we're done with this rotation. But yeah, hands down, Brave Fencer.
Brave Fencer was cool, and then not only that, but that's where I actually first played Final Fantasy VIII because it came with a demo. So when I rented that game, I played Final Fantasy VIII. Played that demo, I think probably more than I played Brave Fencer Musashi the first time around. And then, but yeah, that's still one I want to add to the collection. I've gotten most of the RPGs back from, the '90s that I really love playing. Brave Fencer's still one that's kind of like slipped my grasp, usually because of price, but eventually, eventually I get it.
Fine,
It's a really good choice, though.
when we go to our next convention, let, let me do my hustling skills. Like so,
Hustle and bustle.
I'm like, you don't want to take this back. Let's make a deal.
See how heavy this is? Is this even carry on? Oh man. Chips, what would be your third one?
Um, man, I had a few of them, and I mean I had one to go with the PlayStation role, but I don't want to continue. I don't want to break it. I'm gonna break the cycle. I'm gonna go with the Game Boy game. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I'd love to see Mole Mania be remastered.
Oh my lord! You just picked up the manual for that. You were like, my.
Yeah. Um, it was one that I played on the original DMG Game Boy on like road trips and whatnot. And I remember playing it for hours on end, going through all the worlds, trying to complete all the bonus missions where you had to throw the cabbages down the hole and stuff before you get attacked by the guy with the hoe or whatnot. And I remember getting stuck on one particular level, and I could not beat it. And for whatever reason, I could not figure it out. And as an adult, when I got it again, I went to play through it 100% of the game, beat it, could not figure out where the hell I got stuck. um, but I would absolutely love to see a remake of that game and maybe some like new additional content and stuff like that. Like definitely like bonus levels, um, maybe like a level creator too. I think that'd be really cool to implement into that. It was one game that I had really enjoyed as a kid.
I was just looking it up right now because I don't think I've ever played that one. That one actually looks pretty good.
And there's a 2-player mode on it.
Is it like a kind of like a puzzle game in a way, like trying to or a strategy game,
Yeah,
trying to like
so
solve?
your character's the you play as a little mole character, and this guy takes your wife and kids away, and your goal is to go through his challenges and stuff to get it, get your family back. And it's got two different type of level uh, puzzle solving. So on the foreground, you can walk around and stuff. And your goal is to get this cannon to the end of the level where the door is, but you have particular movements that you can move this cannon in, or this
Mm.
cannonball to blow this door up. Um, and on the surface level, you got some enemies sometimes, and they then you have the underground where you can dig underneath certain platforms and pop up. But if you pop up a hole and you throw your cannon down in the hole, it resets the cannon back in there. So you got to be careful where you're popping up because you don't want to have a whole bunch of holes everywhere. And um, but yeah, it was a really fun game that I enjoyed. I'd love to see a remake of it.
It sounds pretty cool. It's kind of like that old cliche though, taking the wife and kids. That's like every game in the '80s. I want to see a game where they like take your wife and kids and you just celebrate and don't go after them. You're the best. All right.
Your entire goal is just to go up there and give him a beer or something.
Right. He's just chilling on the couch the rest of the game. That's it.
Yeah,
That'd
you
be
play
interesting
as
though.
you. It introduced a twist. You play as the bad guy trying to return the girl back.
After 6 weeks, you're like, forget this. He didn't come. He didn't pay the money. Uh, oh, that's funny. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the new Mario movie trailer dropped. Interesting. Wasn't just a teaser. Got a little bit more of a Chris Pratt's voice in there.
Well, not even that much either.
Not that much, no, but we got to see a lot more in this one. Got to see a little bit more Luigi, Princess, some of the other characters that are going to be in there, and
Princess
then
Peach.
Mario Kart at the end,
Yeah.
Rainbow Road.
Oh, dude, I was hyped when I saw Rainbow Road. I'm like, it's not the right Rainbow Road, but still, it's
Well,
Rainbow
there was so
Road.
many. Yeah,
But
it's probably like a.
just looking at it, and then did you notice Donkey Kong?
Oh, I saw him beat
So
the crap out of Mario.
well, other than that, but did you see that it's not the like the Smash Brothers one or like the N64 one? It is the original Donkey Kong, the more comical one.
Yeah, he's a
From
little
what,
bit more
Super
reminiscent
Nintendo?
of the
No,
original
from
Donkey
like
Kong
arcade.
from.
Oh,
So it's that version of Donkey Kong.
yeah.
But I'm excited. But you couldn't hear his like he didn't
He
talk.
didn't talk.
I was so upset.
Who, DK?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Seth Rogen kills me sometimes.
yeah, I'm sure we'll get a lot of. He'll probably get a good amount of lines, I'm sure, throughout the movie. But I'm still. I mean, I don't want to say I'm on the fence with Chris Pratt voicing Mario. I feel like it's going to be decent. I don't think we can get. I think we've talked about it before on a previous podcast episode, but we can't get the that original Mario voice for 90 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be too
Annoying.
much. Yeah, I think it would get annoying after a while. You can't. You can only do so much emotion. So many scenes with that voice before it kind of gets old. But it looks good. I can't wait to see it. My daughter likes watching the trailer a lot.
Did you show the new
She
one?
likes Mario and Sonic. She saw the new one, yeah. So she's excited about that. She's watched the trailer quite a bit. She's watched the Sonic movie and she was like real into like the Sonic 2 trailer too when that one was coming out. So I'll probably end up taking her to see it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. What do you think, Chips? You gonna catch it when it comes out?
Oh, absolutely. Like we
So
were sitting there watching that trailer, man. It was super hyped for it. I was like, all right, cool. And when he's jumping on some of the platforms and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that's gonna drop. There he goes.
Yep.
you know.
I,
Yay!
Um,
I, I wonder if because the way that looks like the old school, like original NES Mario levels, kind of.
mm,
I wonder if they're going to use that as kind of like there's like a training program for him to make sure he can beat Bowser, and he's having to go through these. Like they're going to kind of like make it these old levels as if they're the training program or something,
I'm wondering
because
if
that's
it.
almost what it looked like.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a training montage kind of thing. I'm wondering if it's like a challenge that Bowser puts out. Like yeah, you want to come to me. This is what you got to go through or something.
Yeah,
Including like like different universes, like with what was said earlier with the Mario Kart and stuff, like him
yeah,
zooming up over the clouds with that. I was like, oh, let's fucking go.
yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to
That looks
introduce like
dope.
other uh, like Mario universes and stuff.
But did you notice it's not just only the Mario Kart? There's Mario Kart Double Dash in there as well, with some of the people back to back.
I haven't seen that. I have to watch it
Yeah,
If
again.
I if I
I
if I saw it right,
I think it might be like just a mashup of everything we've seen like from Mario so far, like the
Right.
Mario Karts, the different Mario games. I think they're going to throw a little bit
still have
of
the
everything in
rabbits.
there.
Oh God.
Probably not rabbits.
Maybe it's like one of the
that's,
side
that's
characters off in like the stands or
maybe.
something. Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, they
but
added the
yeah, it looks
penguins,
good.
so
Yeah, but the Penguins are kind of old school though. They've been there for a minute since what I think like N64 maybe.
I wonder if they'll pick up the
May-
penguin, put him off to the cliff, and go, "Wee."
They got to do something for that. Yeah, it's class. Everybody did that back in the day. But yeah, it looks good. I'll probably catch it in theater. We'll see if maybe go to like an IMAX or something. Check it out.
Probably gotta
Can't
go
do the
with Brand.
3D though.
I'm probably gonna go with Brandon and Jeannie and the kids.
And then get some Taco Bell after.
Oh, I want Chicos.
Hey, you gotta come over here. Get that Chico's.
Don't tempt me. I mean, it is in April that the movie comes out, and my
Is it really?
yeah eye surgery's in January. So if I'm out still, and if I go out there for Epcon, I mean, we could go see Mario.
Mario, Chico. You gotta get Chico's after though, because
Yeah,
your night is
don't do
over.
that before. That's a terrible idea.
Chicos, Chicos didn't bother me. Like I'm
You can't
perfect.
go get Chico's and then watch the movie.
Poor Brandon. Brandon, were you
Yeah,
in the
I'm too
toilet?
white for that.
I was perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't want to say like it gives me the runs or anything because some people it does. They have to run to the bathroom, but I don't want to plan out anything after. I'll just say that. I'll eat it and I want to be at home after. um, but yeah, it should be fun. But yeah, we maybe can plan something out. Uh, go game hunting and shit too.
You know it.
Uh, Last thing I wanted to wrap up the episode with was the creepypasta. Like
Yeah,
the last
pasta.
episode, we had went into one the Urban Legends with PS2. This one is more of a Nintendo one, and it's might be one that a lot of guys have heard about in the past. Maybe if you haven't, though, it is an interesting story to say the least. But it was for Lavender Town, specifically Lavender Town music in Pokemon. I think it was on the Pokemon what, Blue, Red, and Yellow. I want to
Yep,
say.
that was in yellow,
And so
red, and
there's
blue as well. Like you said.
those are like the main ones I played. I think I stopped around Crystal. We're like really getting into Pokemon, but I remember hearing the story a while back that the music in Lavender Town, the original music, because it supposedly got revamped, but the original music in Lavender Town had a certain pitch to it or certain frequency that was causing kids in, I think mainly in Japan. I don't think I ever heard anything about it here in the States because I think by then they had said supposedly it got changed. But kids in Japan to get headaches. I think I've heard nosebleeds, trouble concentrating, like all kinds of stuff. Eventually, even some saying that people committed suicide because of the sound and the frequency. But I mean, is that true or is it an urban legend? It's
Yeah, yes and no. I don't think about the suicide ones is true, but I mean, people
yeah,
there is an eerie like noise to it,
yeah,
noise frequency to it.
yeah,
Because it's very creepy the way that it plays. But
yeah.
that's
And
the only town that has that very creepy noise.
Lavender Town, yeah, and then Lavender Town itself. If you don't know, if you haven't played the Pokemon games, back in the day. I think it's even some of the newer ones too. I think they still have Lavender Town, but it's like a ghost town basically. You have a tower there that's filled with ghosts, and so the whole thing is supposed to be real creepy. But yeah, I think I could buy, maybe get headaches, stuff like that, maybe from the music. Certain frequencies probably just don't jive with certain people. Uh, but
This
I don't
pretty
know
much
if I.
sums it up as Lavender
Oh,
Town.
there you go. It's oh my God, what's his name? Cubone.
Yes.
Yeah, there's that oh God, what is the story with Cubone
It's his mom.
in that?
His
That he
mom
wears
died or
his
whatever.
mom's
Yeah.
skull, right? Something like that.
Yes.
That in itself is pretty what?
So like, so like the story as far as like Lavender Town goes, there's the what's it, Lavender Tower is what they call it, and that's where all the, if you don't have the Sylph scope, um, you can't see the ghosts or whatever else, and once you have the Sylph scope, you find out that they're just Ghastlies, just ghost type Pokemon. Um, and you go through this entire tower and whatnot, and you find out that um, the guy at the top or whatever, uh, can't leave because there's a spirit isn't allowing him to and stuff. And you use the Sylph scope and you find out that it's actually Marowak, Cubone's mother. Um, and then as far as the game goes, you can't capture it. From my understanding, you can only knock it out. Uh, but yeah, that's at least the story from what I know of Lavender Town and stuff. And yeah, I did hear about the music causing some kind of weird behaviors and stuff like that. Which is it does have an eerie tone to it, but
Hmm.
I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite
That's
tracks of the
awesome.
original Pokemon games. I absolutely like it, and the story that
Yeah.
goes up behind it is really really cool.
What
Mm.
still kills me is
Yeah, for sure.
the hand on the shoulder. Like when you're talking to those people and then they're like what hand? Like you can't see it or anything, but after that they just leave it be. You don't talk about the hand anymore. You're like, well, I want to know more about this stupid hand that was on me.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I was also reading up on a website I posted on a Den of the Geek or Den of Geek. Make sure I get that right. It was talking about episode 38 of Pokemon. It was called Electric uh, Soldier Porygon.
Mm-hmm. When it
That
comes to
one did instead
epileptic
of
seizures.
utilize flashing lights, yeah, that caused epileptic seizures. That's kind of wild in itself. So I guess the fact that certain things like that they introduce into the game, into the show, could cause something to happen. We've heard of people getting seizures from certain video games and shows and things like that in the past, so it's not super uncommon. But that's a wild way to be watching Pokemon and then you're just foaming from the mouth
Oh my
afterwards.
A
god,
lot of kids. No, it was a lot of kids in
it was.
Japan
Oh
that
yeah,
were
Yeah,
foaming out the mouth because they didn't know. Like, didn't
it
know.
was. It
yeah,
wasn't intentional at all. It was definitely unintentional when they aired that
yeah,
episode, and it was immediately pulled once they started getting these reports in.
Yeah, we never got
yeah.
it in the States. I wish we did.
No.
It's
No,
something
no,
that I
no,
think
no, no.
Monkey
they.
Monkey's over here just like, oh, let's get him up.
Hold on, hold on. I'm not saying to have because it's a missing episode from the whole series.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying to have I want a
He's like, I
seizure
want my kids
induced
to have
everyone.
seizures.
No,
Jesus
it is
Christ.
crazy. I think it's something that's they're definitely a lot more aware of now, and you definitely get a lot more disclaimers or even I guess moderation as far as what can come out when it comes to like flashing lights and things like that. But yeah, it's as far as the sound for Lavender Town, like Chips was mentioning, it's definitely a cool sound. It's you even hear it like in certain EDM remixes and stuff. You might throw in the Lavender Town into there.
Nice.
Um, but
The
yeah,
only,
it's interesting. There's never been any proof, I will say, that they've reported, never any kind of proof of actual suicides or anything that's happened. It's just kind of been, you know, around
Hearsay.
the rumor mill. But yeah, hearsay more than anything. But
well, I'm
um,
going off to that article that you're talking
mm,
about on that website. Um, they're talking about to provide proof of the Lavender Town syndrome. Some people have even posted videos um, of a Lavender Town beta theme, which in
mhm,
which is somehow even more unnerving than the official release. They're saying they provided spectrographs. Now,
mhm,
if you look at like Mick Gordon's tracks for like Doom, for Doom 2016 and stuff like that, and you go into and you view some of those tracks in a stereographs and stuff, which basically gives you a picture of the waveforms and stuff like that as the audio is playing. You can see imagery in those waveforms, and I guess in this beta version they have unknowns like sprites of the unknown characters from Pokemon. Was it the second generation of Pokemon that
yeah,
spell out "Leave now"?
yeah,
Which, in my personal opinion, makes it even awesome. Like way more awesome than it was before. It's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Because
yeah.
reminds
I
me of
think
like
the
the
unknowns came out was what like gold, silver when those
Yep.
came out.
yeah second generation.
So, but yeah, that's wild
Reminds me
though.
of the old was it Stairway to Heaven when you go to play it backwards? It's like a devil message
Play
or
it
something like
backwards.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
You know
It's
that.
super interesting too.
Sorry, off topic real quick about that. The Stairway to Heaven. If I fall asleep listening to that song, it gives me a panic attack.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
I literally woke up in a panic attack. Was it was Chris, my friend Chris. And he just stayed over. We were just listening to music, and I fell asleep. And I woke up to listen to Stairway to Heaven, and I just woke up sweating and just panicking. It's like, what the fuck? And I shut it off. I was like,
Was
I couldn't. I,
were you
I'm,
playing it
no,
backwards?
it
I
wasn't playing backwards.
have to store that one in the inventory and play that one for later.
You do that,
I
we're gonna have issues.
mean, we could talk to whoever's there. I got a Ouija board, glows in the
Yeah,
dark.
Closed the door. Gonna be like Phasmophobia. John Johnson, are you here?
no.
John Johnson. Oh man, I could never get into Phasmo, unfortunately. Just
We got into Phasmo, but it was
I played it like 3 times, but I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not like a I like I do like scary stuff and ghosts and all that, but it's like I'm not into like the whole ghost hunting kind of thing. Like I just feel it's just always ends up in disappointment. Kind of like the when you watch like Ancient Aliens, it's just like like maybe, but probably not. Could it be aliens? Um, but yeah, it's one of those creepy pastas. It's kind of interesting with Pokemon and little dark, but you know, still there. I think Lavender Town, like I was mentioning earlier, I think it's still in the newer games, I believe.
no. We have I haven't seen Lavender Town whatsoever in any of the games.
No, when I was looking it up, I saw they were showing some footage. It's definitely in one of the games on Switch. I don't know which one, if it's the newest one or the one
Then
before,
it
but
will be the Let's
it was.
Go games.
I'll have to look it up and see. But it was showing Lavender Town in like a newer graphic. Like it wasn't Game Boy. It was something newer.
So
So, but I haven't played the newer ones, so I have to check it
so
out.
it might be the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee because you're
Maybe
playing in what's that? Oh my lord, it's Ash's hometown. No,
Palatine.
not in Palatown, but the region that he's in. I don't forget what was the region. It's been a moment since I played
Kanto's the
Pokemon.
only one that comes up to mind.
Kanto, thank you.
Columbia. Was it Columbia?
Yes,
Is
it's Colombia.
Columbia. He's like, I got a mission to send you on, Ash. I need you to take these 5 keys. Professor Oak is counting on you.
parcel.
Right? It's don't worry, it's just a rare candy. Oh Lord, the games we would make. Jesus. But yeah, that wraps up the episode. Thank you guys for checking it out, listening. It's interesting one. I like doing some of these creepy pastas, urban legends things. They're kind of interesting to talk about, and there's probably like an infinite amount of them, so why not?
Jeez.
But Baymax, where can people find you online?
On Instagram, you can find me as Brown Baymax, or you can find me on Twitter as Brown Baymax underscore TV, or you can find me on TikTok while I'm posting random stupid little things as Brown Baymax, and then on Twitch. Soon enough, I'll be back on Twitch as Brown Baymax.
All right, and Chips, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Chips Gaming 98. I'll be on Twitch or Instagram whenever I actually post shit.
And then for me, you can find me at the Able Geek. Usually most active on Twitter and Instagram. You can also follow the podcast Modern Gaming Pod on Twitter. Almost said Twitch. On Twitter or Modern Gaming Weekly Podcast on Instagram. Also, check out the Patreon if you like. We have some behind the scenes content at patreon.com/Modern Gaming Weekly. Or just check out the main website, moderngamingweekly.com, does have all the links as well. Well, guys, thank you again for joining. And until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Game.